continue our design options, like we said, we have our main model, which our main model allows us to see everything. So on our option 1, it is the parts and pieces that we added to option 1. If we go into option 2, it would be the same, the parts and pieces that we added to option 2. As we go into option 3, because we haven't added anything, it's basically a clean slate. All right, so we can again come in here and lay out the floor plan to whatever form or fashion that it's going to be. Okay, and this is all would be for design option 3. All right, so again, we can even add, like we said before, we can add our doors. And you'll notice I haven't done anything with the exterior walls. We'd have to establish some sort of a standard, if you will, as far as where the main entrance is going to be. Ideally, you want to try to keep your options as simple as possible, just because you want you want to keep you basically just want to try to keep them as simple as possible so that everything is easy to organize and go through. So as you can see here, we have our main model. If we look at this in 3D, okay, even in 3D, we can skip through our different layouts, okay, and everything that you've added to these will be placed in there. The key thing to remember about design options is when it comes time to printing, okay, you want to make sure that you have your view is of the main model, or else what will happen is, you can see here, my exterior walls gray out. Well, they will print on a later gray or a halftone gray. So you want to make sure that you put everything back to main model. So what that means is that you have to create duplicate views, meaning, so we have an option 1. Instead of it being called level 1, we're going to call it option 1, okay? And we're going to have to duplicate that view. All right, and we'll call this one option 2. And then we'll do it one more time, and we'll call that one option 3. The reason is because you remember, you can only put one view in one sheet, okay? But also, since we want to look at this based upon in the main model, what we have to do then is on option 3, we have to go to our graphic overrides, and you'll notice we have now design option tab. So we're going to look, and we're going to say it's going to be option 3, okay? So we're going to go to option 2 now, and we're going to say that design option visibility is option 2, and then we'll go to option 1, and we'll say that the design option is option 1, or the primary one. Okay, so now we can keep all of our views in main model, okay, so that when you print them, your exterior walls are not grayed out. All right, so that's the important thing to remember when you're creating these design options, is you want to make sure that you create the multiple views for those design options, so that now when we create our sheets, we can add each of these to its own sheet. All right. Hopefully this was beneficial, and it kind of helped explain a little bit more, seeing it one more time. But again, remember, if you want to make changes to this, so in design option 2, I can make changes by simply opening up design option 2. I can put in my doors, okay. Alright, and now these doors are part of design option 2. So even when I go back to main model, those doors become part of that. Alright, so again, as you can see, we can flip through our views, and we can even flip through our 3Ds. Now you'll have to do the same thing. If you're going to have 3D views that you're going to put on sheets, you'll have to create 3D views for each one of your design options.